Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to episode 2 of the Extraordinary Expletive. Got your boy J Dubs over here on the mic,
Kenny G's over here on the right.
and we are here kicking it live, about to give it to you. So this week's episode, we've been discussing at work. We wanted to do some inspirational albums, right?
Yeah, different albums that influenced you in a certain way, whether it was musically or personally, that had like an impact on your life is basically what I'm trying to get at.
Okay, so like all throughout my life, or are you talking just?
No, I'm talking you could have been like 5 years old and been like, yeah, this Garth Brooks album was the shit.
Oh my God, dude, I've got friends in low places too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
We starting it off with like a list, or what are you doing? You want to discuss?
I mean, I
each
think
one?
it's just if you want to go back and forth.
Yeah, dude, I'm down.
Yeah. So go ahead, give me one.
Not to be cliche here, but the Marshall Mathers LP. It was like a big
Well,
deal
that's
to
an
me.
LP. It doesn't count.
Yeah, touche. Whatever.
No, it's fine. Yeah. LPs are. I never understood why they do LPs and like EPs. Like, I think Alice in Chains, A Jar of Flies is an EP, and it's 7 songs long. But I also know like there are bands that put out like 5-song long albums. So
Yeah,
it doesn't really.
like Pink Floyd.
The extended play and what does the LP stand for?
I don't know. Limited play.
I think I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I thought
Marshall
EP
Mathers.
was it's the Marshall.
EP is extended play.
Okay.
Marshall Matters.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I think I was like 12 or 13 when I got that album. Maybe I was 10. Yeah, I think I was 10 years old when I got it, and I mean, it just blew my mind. Like I had always listened to like a little bit of rap here and there, but like one, it was like a white dude doing rap, and I was like, yo, like I'd heard, hey, my name is.
It was a white dude in a trailer park.
Yeah, right. Of all things. So, I got into it and just, I don't know, really inspirational to me. Like, I started, wanting to rap kind of shit, a lot of cool songs on that album. The cuss words, of course, were amazing. My mom didn't like that so much.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to. I wanted to get that whenever I was a little kid, but my mother wouldn't let me. And I couldn't buy it myself because of the parental advisory label.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it was sweet, though, man. Like, a lot of cool songs on there. I loved, like, the first, well, it's track 2, but Kill You, like, it was just, he sings a lot about his mom. He sings a lot about, like, his problems. He's not just, like, rapping about bitches and drugs and shit. I mean, he's got his drug songs in the room, but...
Eminem was one of the ones, too, that, like, if you listen to him rap, he wasn't rapping so much. Like, he was kind of the one that rapped about personal issues. He's one of the first ones that really rapped about, like, hey, this is my personal issues. Like, you go back to, like, NWA and stuff, like, the song Nobody Moved, that's just about them doing, like, a bank robbery.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fictitious story where Eminem was actually talking about real-life issues he had.
Yeah. Like, growing up, like, what shaped him, and, I mean, that was his drive, that was his muse. Like, he could definitely, like, write on that. And then, 8 Mile came out and shit, and then you, like, really seen it. I was like, whoa. But, yeah, dude, that album, man, I've probably listened to that thing, like over 200, 300 times, you know what I mean? Just,
How many copies have you been through?
only one,
Oh.
But, and then, like, later on in life, I ended up getting it back on the PC. Don't have it on, like, physical copy anymore.
Can't carry it in your Sony Walkman.
Yeah,
The,
yeah. I mean, my truck's got a CD player, but I just use the aux cord, dude. You know what I mean?
I think I'm the only person that still uses CDs. I have a huge book of CDs on my Jeep.
Yeah, you're like, dude, I'm going to the store and getting this Limp Bizkit CD. Hey, I got this CD. I'm like, wow. The only CDs I have like the Nirvana collection, and then I showed you that Pink Floyd.
When we still had the record store in the mall,
Yeah.
or even the one in Niles, I would literally, whenever it was still in the Shenango Valley Mall, I would literally go every weekend and I'd buy like 3 to 4 CDs.
That's what's up.
Because they always had like buy 2 used, get 1 free, or like buy 2, get 1 half off. So I'd always just buy 2 and get the other one for free or half off.
Yeah.
But then unfortunately they closed, so now I don't. I have to buy all my stuff online.
It's
It
unfortunate.
was always really nice going there because they would just have the big bin of like used CDs, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, I forgot this album even existed. I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy it right now." Like online, you don't have that same thrill.
Yeah.
Save the record store. Hashtag save the record store.
I don't know. I mean, like, inspiration-wise, like, that really opened up my mind to a lot of different rap, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff I didn't really think I'd get into, like, like I always like hip hop and stuff. Like I like dance music and that kind of shit. But after that, like I was like, whoa, dude, like he's rapping about some cool stuff. And I started listening to other rappers. Like, I remember getting borrowing like a Nelly CD from my cousin, and
Hmm.
it was like different kind of rap. And then she's like telling
More
me, she's like,
positive.
yeah, she's like, do you hear everything he's rapping about? Like, this is not cool. And I was like, dude, this is cool, mom. Like, trust me. And then he blew up, and then next thing you know, she bought me the Eminem show. Like, I didn't even ask for it. She's like, here you go. And I was like, dude. But yeah, I'd say that'd be like my first major back to back, like put that record to rest kind of shit.
Yeah. Um,
What about you? What about you?
for my first one,
Yeah.
you're gonna agree. You'll probably agree with me on this, but it was actually Metallica's Black Album.
Yeah.
We mentioned this in the previous podcast that
Yeah.
it's one of the one that influenced us, but that was that and Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath were like the ones that introduced me, but it was more so Metallica's Black Album that introduced me to metal. Because whenever I was a little kid, I didn't grow up in this area. I grew up in a really rural area, and everyone back there like listened to country all the time. We would go to school and we would talk about like, hey, what were the top 10 country songs this week? Can you believe it was like "How Do You Like Me Now" by Toby Keith? Man, that's been on number one for like weeks now. And then I moved up here, and somebody was like, "Have you ever heard Enter Sandman?" And I was like, "No." And then they showed it to me, and like 11-year-old me was blown away. I was like, "This is fucking amazing. This is the best thing I've ever heard in my life." And it's weird now because I don't even like the Black Album. I refuse to buy any Metallica CD made after "And Justice for All." But like that was it was kind of like a gateway drug.
Yeah.
It led
It
me.
opened the door.
Yeah,
Dude.
basically. Because I'm like, this is heavy. What else sounds like this? Okay, I'm listening to Megadeth now. Oh my god.
This guy used to
Yeah.
play in Metallica.
This guy used to be in Metallica. He wrote he wrote Call of Cthulhu, and that's why he made Hangar 18. Oh, and then I just absorbed it all from there. I mean, I would put Black Sabbath up there too, but a lot of Black Sabbath stuff I didn't have one album. It was just I would hear a song by Black Sabbath. I mean, this is amazing. Iron Man is an amazing song. War Pigs is a great song. It was just all over the place. But for Metallica, for sure, it was the Black Album. Somebody let me borrow it, and I burned it on my computer, and it was like love at first hear.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, my stepdad showed me that one, and I mean, there's a lot of good songs on that. I mean, a lot of people talk shit, but like, I mean, I know those lyrics. Like,
That's when Metallica decided to go more mainstream.
yeah,
Is what it is.
but I mean, they still had their good shit. Like, wherever you may roam, or wherever I may roam. I love that intro. It's like got the gong. Like that was, that's a neat intro, and then it like really builds up and stuff. But dude, I like know those lyrics like the back of my hand. You know what I mean? And I remember getting in an argument with this kid at school, and they were talking about Enter Sandman, and I just not talking to him because I wasn't one of the popular kids,
Mm-hmm.
chilling in the back, and he's like, yeah, dude, and he's like, X the light and the night, and I was like, I had to interrupt. I was like, no, hey, no.
And
Uh,
the night.
he's not saying that at all. No, dude, yes he is. It's X the light. I'm like, no, it's exit light, enter night. And he's like, no, it's not. Like, dude, he was pissed, like going back and forth. So I was like, all right, dude, cool. I was like, I've never listened to Metallica in my life. Came back the next day with the fucking like the book inside the album, showed him the lyrics. He's like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even a big deal to him. I was like, but dude, you're like red in the face with me over it just a second ago, Now,
Yeah.
oh, you slept on it, so you're okay about it. But I found, that was like one of those albums when I was like younger.
It's like the metal album for people who don't know they're into metal.
Yeah.
That's what gets you into it.
But I was like one of those guys that like I heard it first. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hell, when we were talking about that, I mean, that was like, I think that was in 7th grade when that kid said that. I was like, holy shit, dude. I heard this song back when I was 8. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? You, X the light? Bro, you're stupid. I couldn't.
It's really dumb though that like that album came out in like '91 and like in 2000 people were still like, "Yo, have you heard this?
Yeah.
Awesome."
A lot of people, I don't know. I guess
It had a lot of staying power.
if you a little more music connoisseurish like we are, like you're up to date on what comes out, but when people are, late bloomers.
I guess.
But what was the other one you were saying? I mean, like the Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath. I didn't really have one whole album though, because you got to remember like what Win Mix and Kazaa and like all the file sharing
Oh
things.
yeah.
So I would just download like a Black Sabbath song, and I would have no idea what album it was off of.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
like their first like self-titled album, like that one, I
Yeah.
really like that one, but I wouldn't say that one influenced me so much. But that was kind of like my gateway to heavy metal.
So how do you feel about Ozzy singing?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
It's
Because I mean, like, come on,
it's
everybody knows he's not that great of a singer.
it's good for what he does.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think it really fits their style.
I wouldn't be like Ozzy's the greatest singer ever, but I'd say for what he's doing, he has the perfect voice for it.
Yeah. I mean, like, in when he went solo, like, some of his stuff sounded way different.
Yeah.
Like, Mama, I'm Coming Home, like, he sang pretty good on that one, but
I was like, you're
he
the
still
Prince
has
of
that,
Darkness.
like, that whiny shit. Yeah. Have you watched The Dirt yet?
No, I have not watched
No?
it. Everyone's been telling me to watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
You should. You should. It's a good one.
Apparently, they said that doesn't even like scratch the surface.
Yeah. Also, a couple of the things like aren't they're a little drawn out, like made up ish. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it didn't exactly happen that way. Like the whole car wreck thing. That scene. I guess it was a little different. But they have a scene where Motley Crue meets Ozzy, and he walks out and he's wearing nothing but a robe, like no pants on underneath, and he bends over in front of these people, and he has $100 bill stuck up his ass, and like there's these two old people, and he goes, "Here, go ahead, take it," because he says something to him first. He's like, "Oh, here, I'll buy you a drink," and then bends over and shows him the money. They're like, "Here, take it. Come on, just reach up there. Go ahead."
That seems like something he would have done.
Yeah, and like I had never heard that part of the story, but the part that happens next, I'm sure you've heard of. It was on like one of the 100 most metal moments, where he like licked up somebody's piss.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he licked up Vince's pee, but first he's like, I fancy a bump. And they're like, "Oh, dude, we're out, man. No, yeah, I ain't got any." And he's like, "I said, I fancy a bump," and he just like takes a straw out of fucking Mick Mars's drink. And then just like goes and blows a line of ants off the ground.
yeah.
I was like, dude, he was a crazy motherfucker, man.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, I got to see Black Sabbath play in 2005 at Ozfest, but it wasn't the original lineup. Like, Ronnie James Dio was playing guitar, or maybe I'm wrong on that one. I forget who the fuck was playing guitar, but it wasn't the original lineup. And,
Well, Dio was originally in Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
That's where he got
he
started.
was the original single, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew that, and then I like one day was reading an article and like looked it up, and I was like, "Whoa, really?" And
Yeah,
that's how
where
he became.
that's where he got started.
Yeah, that's how he became, Dio.
Was Tony Iommi not there?
I don't remember. I was 15.
I mean, honestly, it's usually just the guitarist and the singer. If you're like, we have the guitarist singer, I'm like, okay, that's the original lineup. Ready to go.
Oh man.
For some bands, though, you could never have a Rush reunion without Neil Peart.
Yeah, there's no way.
You can't do it.
No, dude.
You can't be like, this is the original version of Slayer and not have David Lombardo. Like, you need those guys.
I seen a picture just the other day, and it was like Slayer fans, and it was like a dude dressed up in Finnish death metal, like, you know what I mean? He had this face painted white with the black, like, crazy eyes and everything. And it's like people who listen to Slayer, and then it was like Slayer's lead singer, and he's just holding a cat. He's like wearing a fucking like SpongeBob t-shirt.
Have you ever seen the meme with Glenn Danzig where he's carrying the cat?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man.
Like,
That's
Danzig.
I seen a post. It was like an Onion article, but it was basically that Danzig was trying to sue the universe. Yeah, I was dying. I was like reading the hell out of it. I was like, man, this sounds like something he would do. But I saw one. I think I shared it to you. I may not have, but it was Samuel Jackson on top of Danzig. It was like his face from Pulp Fiction posted over top of Danzig, and it said, "Motherfucker, tell your people not to walk my way."
Oh yeah, I've seen. Yeah, you did.
Oh man, motherfucker, tell your people not to walk my way. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit. But yeah, Black Sabbath.
Yes, Black Sabbath, everybody. We also talked about Danzig memes there. So we both agree on the Black Album then?
Oh yeah, dude, that was a great one.
Okay.
Good one.
So now back to you.
Coheed and Cambria. their second album, In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3, blew my mind. That was an album that came kind of out of nowhere, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I traded music, with people back and forth, and one person was Tom Vaughn, and I'll talk about that album on my turn again, but the one that he gave me. But we traded CDs back and
Mm-hmm.
forth, so he ended up getting
That
me
used
into
to be
Coheed.
that used to be like a huge thing too with
Yeah,
CD
dude.
trading.
Like, yo, dude,
Hey,
can I borrow this? And,
yeah,
yeah. Next thing you know, like you're into that band, and then you got to go get your own copy.
right.
Or your buddy's like, yo, can I get that back,
Or
dude?
you just take it and you download it on your computer. You just download it on your computer and.
Yeah, just rip it.
Or like tape trading used to be a big thing back in the day. People would be like, "Okay, I bought this blank cassette. Give me that tape," and they record the tape on the blank cassette. But that was, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah, dude. I'm not certain if you know this or not, but all of Coheed's songs, besides the album that they just released, is all about a comic book that Claudio wrote called The Armory Wars.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, well, each album is each comic book. So, like, the first one's the Second Stage Turbine Blade. Second one's In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3. Third one is Good Apollo and Burning Star 4. And, like, each one is a comic book. They're graphic novels, man. Like, I had two of them, actually. That bass over there, I traded two of those comic books for that bass and an amp. Yeah, it was just, barter system, dude. But that blew my mind, you know what I mean? That was my first real encounter with a concept album, you know what I mean? He was singing about
Right.
a whole storyline. And then, like, to be able to write, like, good, catchy songs like that, but then have it be about a story, and while you're singing, like, the whole story's happening, like, I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And the first, like, major song on there is called In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3, and it's, like, 9 minutes long. Amazing song, though, man. I mean, like, I learned to play that on guitar, like, not the solo, because I'm, a little shitty when I was starting it, but like the intro, just dun, 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 dun. And Claudio's one of these big dudes. Like, he's huge, you know what I mean? Like, swollen arms, and then he's gigantic hair, and the voice that comes out of him is like a 10-year-old choir boy. Like, he's so high pitched, and I was just like, what? And then, like, you hear him talk, you know what I mean? It's like, he doesn't sound like girly at all. He's like, yeah, man, really, I mean, he's not that deep, but
Yeah.
it was really inspirational, man. That really opened me up to a lot of, like, songwriting, like, ideas and stuff, you know what I mean? I was like, whoa, like, because, going back to, like, the Eminem thing, like, always rapping or singing about something that, is an experience in your life or whatnot. Well, it never occurred to me, like, hey, make a concept like them robbing the bank in the NWA song,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's fictional, but, like, it's still cool, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't know, I just there's this website that album led me to. It's called cobaltandcalcium.com. It's like a fan-made Coheed and Cambria site. CO and CA, that's the abbreviation, and then that's on the periodic table, you know what I mean? So you click on there, and they literally have the whole story lined out, like, while the album's going on, what's happening in the comic book while he says this line and stuff. Like, for instance, Burning Star 4. I'm sure you've heard the song Welcome Home.
Yes.
Okay. Like,
I think
right,
every person who
right
knows
after
anything
that,
about Coheed and Cambria.
that intro guitar lick, you hear the
Yeah.
drums, boom. Well, in the comic book, okay, which it gets really deep. It's sweet. Claudio writes it about this character named Claudio, and he's basically like a monster. They call it the Monstar, actually, but he, like, turns into this
Was
beast.
he one of the? Was he in the movie Space Jam?
Yeah, he should have been.
Monstars.
Yeah, all of it was just special stuff, man. But so he ends up inside the story 2 times because, like, it's like a metaphor for himself, kind of. He said if he could rewrite it, he would not name the character Claudio because it made it confusing. Well, later on in the story, there's a guy called the writer. So he's writing the book, and then inside the book is a guy writing the book. So the dude called the writer inside there is writing everything that's happening to the Claudio in the Armory Wars. And then he ends up coming into the story and, like, fucking up timelines and shit, and, like, he can rip characters out, like, if he decides, like, hey, we're killing this one off. You know what I mean? And you
Right.
really get introduced to the writer in the 4th album. Or 3rd one, excuse me. They just number it like that. But in Welcome Home, anyways, in the comic book, he's walking up to his house, and it's the writer, okay? And he sees his girlfriend cheating on him, and he's outside in the rain, and like sees her in the window getting banged or whatnot. He walks inside and he grabs her, kills the one dude, and then like grabs her and he's just dragging her through the fucking mud like in the rain, just by her hair. And that's like, and he's like there. He throws her into a coffin, and as soon as that drum beat hits, he goes, "Welcome home," and slams a fucking door. And like in my head, that drum beat is like that door slam. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's that's a sweet ass concept, man. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I
I,
can't.
I never actually realized it was a whole concept album.
Yeah, everyone besides the one they just released, the one they just released with "Hey You Got Spirit Kid" and shit.
Yeah.
That's the first album that was not about the Armory Wars. So
Wow.
every other one is about his fucking comic book, and then he's still writing the comic books while writing the music, dude. You know what I mean? I'm like, where you got time to do all this at, man?
Right.
But,
When do you sleep?
yeah, yeah. I mean, like that one, really made me like spiral off into a lot of different things. So like, I'm like really thankful for like finding that band. It was Tom Vaughn that showed me that, and I was just like, dude, these guys are kick ass, man. And then like he had one of the comic books, and that's how I was like, whoa, what is that? you know? I don't know. Did you ever get into Coheed much or no?
No, not really.
No,
I
damn.
was never huge into Coheed.
My sister loved Blood Red Summer.
A lot of people like tell me they're like you should like give them a listen. I'm like, I don't know if that's really my style of music that I would.
Yeah.
But again, I listen to everything, so I might find something that I'm a big proponent of. People were always like, well, this band sucks or this band sucks. I'm like, well, that's like your opinion, that's fine. But every band, no matter who it is, you can find at least one song you like by them.
Yeah.
I'm sure that like you could find. I mean, you could think of somebody you hate with a passion, but you probably find one song they have that you like.
Dude, everybody talks shit on 6ix9ine, and I went and like looked him up because I never actually heard his music. I just like the memes. Like, oh, his music's trash.
Yeah.
So I listened to one, and he just sounds like Waka Flocka. Like, all he does is
I love Walk of
he
Flocka.
yell raps, dude. I was like, this isn't bad. I mean, like some other shit, I guess he does do a little bit of the mumbly
My favorite
and
thing is
auto-tune
when
shit.
somebody's like, Waka Flocka, do you think you're the best rapper? He's like, nah, man, I'm just all about the hype. And I'm like, yes, fuck yes.
Yeah, dude. Hey, yeah, I just installed Windows 95, and I don't see any option to go hard in the paint. Am I doing something wrong? But all right. So what would you say your next one?
For me, I would probably say Life After Death by the Notorious B.I.G.
No
Because
shit.
that is the album that really got me into rap.
Yeah.
Before that, I was always like, rap music sucks. Back in, God, I was 8 or 9 years old. I used to watch wrestling all the time. There was and I mentioned earlier, I listened to country all the time, where there was like a wrestling gimmick where this guy had a country band and they had a song and they used to play the music video for it, and his song was called Rap is Crap. It's really bad. You can look up. They were the West Texas Rednecks. And I was always like, yeah, rap sucks. And then someone showed me that album. They showed me Juicy. And
Okay.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is awesome. And then like just that album as a whole was kind of like my gateway. And what I really like about it is all the songs, not all the songs, but most of the songs transition into the next one.
Yeah.
So even going back, if you look at his first album, Ready to Die, the last track on that album is Suicidal Thoughts, and he's basically on the phone, talking to Puff Daddy about how he's gonna kill himself, and then he like you hear the gunshot, and it kind of just fades out. But then whenever Life After Death opens up, you hear they're like previously on Ready to Die. And they basically recap that like he killed himself and stuff, and like he's waking up in the hospital and stuff, and just the flow of the songs, how they just transition one into it. Like one will fade out and then it'll fade back in, and it's a new song,
Okay.
and it's really awesome. It was actually a 2-disc album.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I have it in my car right now. That's what I was listening to on the way here.
Oh, dude, that's sweet.
So, but
Yeah, that's a really cool, like almost concept-y.
right,
Not like concept. I guess it is kind of concept album, but especially the names of them: Ready to Die and then Life After Death.
and the weird part is he died between them.
Oh shit.
Ready to Die came out, and then he recorded all of Life After Death. He was promoting it, and then he got shot out on the West Coast and died. And then Life After Death came out after he was already dead.
Damn, that's deep, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
I don't know if he planned it like that. Maybe he's alive. Him and Tupac are alive together somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, uh, but just the beats on that album, and I mean, Biggie just sings about some shit. Sometimes like he's just rapping word, like he's just rhyming words to rhyme words, but like it sounds good,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it really gets
Girls
you into
talking
shit.
to us, want to do us, screw us, who us, yeah, Papa and Puff. Like that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Uh, seen I talk a lot about memes, by the way, but my
You
buddy
share a
Ruben
lot.
shared one. It was one of those Jesus candles,
Mm-hmm.
but it had Biggie on it, and he said, "This is the type of candle that you light and then recite the 10 crack commandments." I was like, "That's sweet. Where'd you get that?" But yeah, I mean, I don't think I've actually ever owned a Biggie album. I
There's
have,
only two.
yeah, touche. I mean, I know, my
Well,
slew of songs.
oh yeah,
I probably haven't listened to all of them though.
a lot of people know, pretty much all of Biggie's music.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes your words just
especially
hypnotize
like
me.
he's so influential.
Yeah, dude.
It's I don't know him.
He was really young too.
yeah. He
You know
was
what I mean?
like 28,
Yeah,
something like that. He was my age. I mean,
Like-
Tupac was like 25 when he died.
yeah. Like I just thought it was sweet. He'd come up off the streets and doing that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm waiting for. Did they make a Biggie movie yet?
Yeah.
Did they?
Oh god, it was like 10 years ago.
Oh, so okay, yeah, because that Tupac one just dropped like what 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, it was actually the Biggie movie was really good.
Really?
Yeah, it was called Notorious.
Oh wait, motherfucker! Yeah, I've seen that. I'm retarded.
yeah. If
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah, he the dude who plays him. What the hell is his
I
name?
don't remember that guy's name.
He,
he did a really good
Dude,
job. Though.
amazing. Yeah, yeah. That was like I don't know, like way cooler than the 50 Cent movie.
People got shot outside the 50 Cent movie.
Yeah,
The waterworks in Pittsburgh.
that sucks.
Yeah.
Just
All right, on to you.
on to me.
Yeah.
All right.
This is your album number 3, or do we want to count it as 4 since we both agreed the Black Album?
I mean, yeah, I could say 4.
You
That's
want to
fine.
say 3 or 4?
I don't care.
Okay, we'll go 3 then.
Okay, we'll go 3. I'd say next one. Like I said, like we traded CDs back and forth. My cousin had died when I was 15, 16, and when I went down there, I got a bunch of his shit, and like a lot of what I got was like CDs and band T-shirts and shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like that's when my dad was like, "Hey, dude, like I want you to have these." I was like, "All right." And the one album I got was "Very Proud of You" by AFI, and I'd listened to it, but not heavy. I was like, like it was like different, I guess. Well, then I met Tom when I moved to Middlesex, and we were talking about AFI back and forth, and I was like, "Oh yeah, dude," I was like, "I got their album, Very Proud of You," and he's got Sing the Sorrow, and he's like, "You want to trade?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure," and he gave me Sing the Sorrow, dude. I listened to that like, oh my god, like I fell in love. It was awesome, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that's like that's after what is it, December Underground came out and shit, like they were way
Sing the
different.
Sorrow was before December Underground.
Yeah, yeah,
That
that's
was
what I'm
the
saying.
one-
Like
yeah,
that was
yeah.
like the beginning of their okay, we're
Yes.
not really doing punk music anymore. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
I loved punk AFI and not like
Yeah.
the afterward.
oh yeah, dude, The Art of Drowning,
Oh my god.
that's an amazing album. But see, I had no idea about those until after I really like listened to this. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back and listen to some other stuff. And that's when I found like Black Sails in the Sunset and All Hallows EP, and those were sweet. But it was like the first time I'd really listened to a band that had like an openly like gay lead singer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like looking at the way he like dressed and everything, I was like,
You never-
damn, I'd hit that, dude. You know what I mean?
you
Like,
never listened to Queen?
yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, touche. Yeah, I didn't learn about that for a little while. I was like, Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
what?
it took me a while. Like whenever I saw the trailer for Bohemian Rhapsody, I was like, man, Freddie Mercury's a real ladies' man. And then I found out not so much.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't like ladies.
Not at all. I mean, he liked them, just not sexually.
Yes, he had one hell of a mustache though.
God, yeah. That broom is just like there. You know what I mean? It's like whoosh. But Yeah, Davey Havoc, dude, sweet guy, man. Like, it was also one of the first albums. Like, I was, it was the first time I'd ever hit a harmony, like while singing with something. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because like I'm not that great of a singer, and I just
Davey
practice.
Havoc is a really good singer.
Dude, yeah, his voice is like way up there, man, and he's got that scream, and he could do the metal shit if he
Yeah.
wanted to. You know what I mean? Because that album that came out afterwards on December Underground, what was it, Miss Murder? He just like goes into that metal scream part,
Yeah.
and it's like unexpected. I was like, dude, but yeah, man, that album had so many sweet things on it. And then if you listen to it the whole way through, it was like 25 minutes after the last track, there was a secret song that blew my mind. A lot of bands did that, I guess, but like I just had it on repeat, and I was like laying on my floor. It was like late at night. Had it in a CD player, listening on a stereo, and I was like half falling asleep. And the album was over. I was like, all right. I was just laying there, and all of a sudden, like this piano starts playing, do 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 do, and I was like, the fuck is this? And I'm like, holy shit! Like look at the track time. It was like 35 minutes or something like that. I was like, oh my god, what the hell is this? And then like they do this crazy intro where this like it's a little boy talking, and then it's like a guy our age talking, and then an old man talking, and it's like that life and death kind of deal, and then
Right.
it just oh shit goes into this song. They start playing right afterwards, and it's amazing. It's good, but that was an album that made me like want to play drums because their intro song Misera Canter is very easy to play. Do 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 do, and like I was like, oh yeah, dude, I could do that, and then hopped on the drum set and was like able to play it with it. You know what I mean? That was at Tom's house. Didn't know my own then, but I could still fuck around, and that was like, all right, yeah, I kind of want to try this, and then here I am with a drum set. You know what I mean? Like, so it was pretty influential, man. I took a lot away from that. It's a lot of cool lyrics and a lot of cool like metaphors when he sings. You know what I mean? Just a neat, altogether like all around album.
I've already said that. It was okay. For what it was. If you just show me that and if you didn't show me old AFI and just show me like that album, I'd say it was solid. But then like knowing what they came from, like for me hearing it, I was like, this is kind of like a step back. I don't go back to what you were. But all bands evolve. They change their sound. It
Yeah.
happens. So like,
I mean, it
nothing-
was a cool thing to see like that transition.
right.
You know what I mean? Like when I seen AFI Warp Tour one year, and I just like stood in the back, dude. There were so many fucking people there. It was insane. Like past the sound booth in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? Like,
Jesus.
yeah, dude, it was filled. Like,
Were they on the main stage or
uh,
were they on a side stage?
no, they weren't up at under the pavilion. They were on the side stage. So
The most I ever seen a side stage there was you know how like they you know how they have like the grassy hill.
yeah,
2013. I think it was Butcher Babies had just finished playing on one of the stages. No, this is Deer. Who the heck played? It might have been Motionless and White played. And then as soon as they were done, this whole crowd, because I really wanted to see Machine Head that year, and Machine Head was playing, and a whole crowd of people like started chanting for Machine Head 30 minutes before they were supposed to come on stage. So I was like, I have to go get in there. So I got in the pit, and by the time they came on stage, people were literally lined up over top of the hill.
Jesus.
It went the whole way back. It was insane.
Yeah, dude, that's a
And
lot.
like the pit opened up, and I'd never been in the pit before, and I was so scared because it was so big.
Yeah.
And like, as a front man, Rob Flynn was just like, none of you motherfuckers are safe. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die here. I'd never been in a pit. I didn't realize like a mosh pit's the funnest thing you'll ever be in.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Like I just thought like I'm gonna go in that pit and somebody's gonna trample me. I didn't realize like you fall down there's like 20 people, 20
Yeah.
strangers you never met before. Like, hey, we're gonna pick you back up.
Yeah, dude. Like before you even know it, like you got to like put your hands down.
Before you even touch the ground,
Yeah.
you get like pulled back up.
It's an awesome thing.
Yeah.
It's a good release of energy.
That was probably the most I've ever seen for like a side stage.
Yeah. I think the other one I saw that was huge was Paramore. There was
Oh my God, I
shit
love
ton of
Paramore.
people there, dude. I was like, wow. Like, Yo, Haley, what you doing,
I'm
girl?
gonna slide into your DMs.
Yeah, shit. Can I be the boy that you sing about in that one song?
Do you know she said that she doesn't know what her hair color is because she's dyed it so many times?
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
like,
we talked about this.
bitch, just grow it out until you see your roots.
Yeah,
I think we did too.
yeah, because remember I told you about the Infinity Haleys?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been a long 4 weeks.
it's okay. Yeah, we work quite often.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the
Um,
hell's a weekend?
yeah. I'm not used to having 2 days. Oh, I didn't have 2 days off.
Yeah, you had
Well,
5.
will you look at that? I did have 5.
Yeah, you deserve this 6th one, asshole. All right, but
Uh,
what would you say? All right.
okay, In Utero by Nirvana.
Ah, yes. Yeah,
That's my favorite Nirvana album. It's the first one I ever got. I got it for Christmas one year because, again, I just moved up to the area, and on the radio all the time I was hearing "Smells Like Teen Spirit," "Come as You Are,"
yeah,
songs off of Nevermind. But
yeah,
I asked my parents for a Nirvana CD for Christmas, and they gave me In Utero, and that was the one. It like every song on that is so good. I can't think like Francis the Farmer will have her revenge on Seattle. That drum intro, that
yeah,
I fucking love that.
yeah, dude.
That was a song that like I played drums in like I was in I would have been in I was in like 7th grade, but I played like I was in band. I played drums, but like that was the one that I was like I need to get a drum set because I need to play the song. Heart Shaped Box, like that song is so good. I can play that song on drums. If you play it for me if I'm wearing headphones and I can hear it, I can play it. Like
Hell yeah.
that was just, and that one really got me into like all the '90s grunge scene too. That was the one that was a CD where I was like, okay, I need more Nirvana stuff. Okay, now I need to listen to Soundgarden. Now I need to listen to Pearl Jam. Now I need to listen to Alice in Chains. It just got me that whole rock scene, and that album, I would actually probably say it's Nirvana's best album. I mean,
Nevermind made the blow up, but
Nevermind and Man Blow Up, but and like Bleach is just so different.
yeah,
It's heavier.
yeah.
That's remember
Chad Channing
they
was on
didn't
drums.
they didn't know what they wanted to be. Chad Channing is the longest tenured Nirvana drummer.
Really,
Yeah, longer than Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl was from here. He has an alley named after him
really.
in Warren.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dave Grohl Alley.
That's sweet.
He was there for the christening. Dave Grohl seems like a really cool guy, but
Yeah,
Dave Grohl, Dave Grohl, just Nirvana as a whole, like that album. I probably listened to it every day going to school for a year. And then one day, I ended up dropping my CD player in the driveway, and I scratched the CD, and it skips and stuff. But like "Serve the Servants" is probably like my favorite Nirvana song.
really.
Yeah, because it comes in with that, like the three clicks with the drumsticks, and then just the guitar, and that just hits me every time. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, and it's a very different song. Like it's not.
Yeah, it's not. It's if I was like, here's a Nirvana song, you'd be like, oh, okay, and I'm like, no, this is also a Nirvana song. You'd be like, they don't sound anything alike.
They don't have to.
No, they don't.
Yeah. When I told you my cousin died, that was 2 other albums I got. Well, I got 4 total, and that was one of them. It was In Utero, and then the other one was the Unplugged in New York.
Because like I said before that, I only knew like 3 or 4 songs Nirvana had on the radio, and I love this song. Like it was like their cover of "The Man Who Sold the World" from like Live in New York.
Yeah.
Was one of the ones. But that was the one. That was the one my parents got me, and I was blown away. I thought it was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I
Dude.
thought I was like, this is the coolest thing. I'm the coolest kid in school because I listened to this band called Nirvana.
Yeah.
And I'm like 12 years old. Fun fact: that's how me and Josh are friends in high school. Both of our favorite bands were Nirvana, so we ended up just being like, "Yo, you like Nirvana? Yeah, me too." Like.
Now here
Yeah.
we are on a podcast talking about.
I
Nirvana.
remember letting you borrow the Kurt Cobain's journals.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I thought that was a sweet ass book.
Well, I mean, it's just his journal entries.
I know, but like the way it was the book, but then it still had like the composition notebook on the cover. Like,
yeah,
I thought that was cool as fuck.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, by the way. That was sweet.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I still have it if you want to borrow it again and just fresh it up on sometime. I haven't actually read it in years, but
Yeah. Yeah, I like I definitely like In Utero too. I'd say that's my favorite Nirvana album because I mean I ended up getting I bought them all. You know what I mean? After that.
I bought them all up until like maybe 10 years ago when Silver the Best of the Box Set came out, and I realized it was just, or Sliver the Best of the Box Set, and I realized it was just, 15 songs off the box set with this one unreleased track. And I was like, there's no point in buying anymore because everything's going to be like, hey, here's one unreleased track and 12 songs you already have.
Yeah.
So I stopped buying them.
I mean, yeah, there was like, different versions. Well, no, that was on With the Lights Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
if
right.
you have the box set, you pretty much, if you have their first 3 CDs, the greatest hits album that has, what was the last song they recorded?
You know you're all right.
Yeah, you're right. If you have that one,
Yeah, you know you're right.
if you have that one, if you have the first 3 albums, that one, and then With the Lights Out, you pretty much have everything Nirvana ever did.
Yeah.
It's not like Tupac where he releases a new album like every 5 years with
Yeah.
new material.
Like, no, Kurt stayed dead, dude.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, man. That was really influential for me. Like, I remember doing like art concepts because of them. Like, I got really into like that's when I wanted to learn to play guitar. Like, that's what made me pick it up, dude. That album, I was like, whoa. And I learned Heart Shaped Box for the first time. It was like one of the first songs I could play the whole way through. I was like, man, like, this is sweet, dude. And then it was from there on, I got other stuff, but I went and bought Nevermind, and it was a way faster album. It was way different.
Yeah,
And I listened to Bleach.
it's a lot different.
was-
And Bleach is a lot different.
Yeah.
Too. And they had 4 members. Well, no, I guess they had 4 members for In Utero.
Yeah, because was Pat Smear?
Pat Smear.
Yeah, Pat
And then
Smear.
Jason Everman was on the first one. Bleach.
Okay. So Nevermind was just the only three-piece part?
It was, yeah. The most famous incarnation of Nirvana was only on like 1 album.
Yeah. That's sad.
Yeah. And it was the middle album too. It wasn't the first or the last.
Yeah, I mean, that's history, though, if you look it up.
Yeah.
You just like, oh, yeah, I know the song. Like,
Yeah, I mean, never mind. Like single-handedly overnight, like killed Pop. Pop
Yeah,
was like
dude.
Pop was like the biggest thing in the world. Like Michael Jackson couldn't be touched. And then Smells Like Teen Spirit came out. It shoots up to like #1 on the charts.
yeah, in my personal opinion, and a lot of people agree, but
You went to bed listening to Thriller and you woke up fucking in flannel with ripped jeans. And
No.
you're like, what happened?
average 90s grunge song, everyone wearing flannel. Oh, that's hilarious. No, but I think they also killed hair metal.
Oh, for sure.
Like, that was like the end of it, dude. That Nevermind dropped. Was it 94? No, that
No,
was when he
Nevermind
died.
was
Yeah.
91.
91, yeah, you're right. 94 is when he died.
It was 88, 91, 93, 94 is whenever he killed himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Him and Lane Staley died. Lane Staley died like, what was it, like 7 years later on like a week apart?
He's I don't know how old Stanley was, but Cobain was 27. He's part of the 27 Club. If you ever heard that concept.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We got Joplin,
I made
Hendrix.
I made a tasteless joke earlier about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said I was like,
Tasteless?
yeah. Well, I was like, yeah. You know what? I'm jealous of people like Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix because by the time they were my age, they were already dead.
Yeah, that's some good taste. I like that. Oh man, what's with today's like killing yourself's like a joke,
I don't know.
but then when it happens, people are devastated.
I don't
Is
know.
that a joke? Like, you never know anymore. It's kind of deal. Okay, so here's a big question.
Did you see that? Back to the memes. Did you see that meme I shared the other day?
Which?
The one that was like a minor inconvenience. My brain. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Oh,
Don't say it.
I'm gonna
Me.
fucking
I'm
kill
gonna
myself.
fucking kill myself.
Like, I was leaving lunch break and Workman's walking back in and he goes, "All right, well, time to go kill myself." I was like, "All right, bye." You know what I mean? It's just an accepted thing nowadays.
I don't know what that happens.
Yeah. Well, so all right. Speaking of killing yourself, did he do it, or do you think Courtney had it?
No,
Okay.
I mean, like, whenever I was younger, I bought into conspiracy theories, but, like, whenever I'm older, I'm like, yeah, he probably killed himself. Like, reading his journal, you could see, like, he wasn't in the best mental health. And
Yeah.
even then, like, he had...
They have a song called "I Hate Myself and
I
Want
Want
to
to
Die."
Die.
Like,
And that's actually one of my favorite Nirvana songs.
yeah, it's good.
That's a really good song.
Yeah, it's different.
Even though, like, the lyrics are... There's 2 versions of it,
Okay.
and the lyrics are weird, but... Yeah, because he had he attempted suicide in Rome.
Yeah, that was
Before
like
that.
OD though.
Yeah, he tried
Yeah.
to OD, and then because people point out stuff, they're like, well, he had so much heroin in the system, it was enough to like kill a horse. I'm like, yeah, but he was a heroin addict, so he did it all the
Yeah.
time. He could handle that, no problem. I mean, I'm sure there's shady aspects about it, but
Yeah,
unfortunately,
a lot of it. that I always thought
He
about was
didn't
the
want to be
Suicide
famous.
Note. Yeah, but that's okay. That's where I bought into it. Was if you read the Suicide Note, like the one part at the bottom's a little different handwriting
They
from
said
what it
it's
looks
different
like.
handwriting, but I just figured he did that when he was all fucked up.
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean,
Yeah.
try writing a letter, and then leave out like, and then get all fucked up and be like, wait, I want to finish this letter, and then write it.
Wait. Try writing a letter, and then do enough heroin to kill a horse, and then
And
try to finish
then
a
try
letter.
and finish a letter.
uh, but I always thought like it's almost worded like he's just telling his fans goodbye. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like, hey,
right.
dude, like I'm
Well,
done
he
with the
was.
music shit.
He
Like I'll
was
see you
done
later.
with the music stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, there's a weapon on
He's, I mean, it's one of those things with like, we don't want to think bad of our idols and our heroes, and like unfortunately, he did something, and we want to try and be like, that wasn't him, man. But
yeah.
I've accepted it. I'm like, okay, he did it. Like,
There was a weapon on Fallout 3 called Kurt Cobain's microphone. It's a shotgun.
Jesus Christ.
It's a star weapon too. It's one of them rare ones that you collect. It's funny as shit. Some pretty alright, tasteless joke. What was the last thing to ever go through Kurt Cobain's head?
Oh no, no.
His teeth.
Oh,
Yeah, it's fucked.
that's
Yeah, I always saw the photos and I try to like see what his like actual head looked like. I've seen like leaked photos where they're like, "Oh yeah, this is it," and I'm like, "No." The only photo is like the iconic one. You just see his legs laying there.
yeah. Well, he'd been up there for a few days.
Yeah, I think it was what 3 or 4
3 days.
when they
But
found
they
him.
hired a private investigator to see if they could find him, and then
Yeah.
went up there.
Yeah, I mean that was a sad loss. You know what I mean? But I mean,
I
look,
mean, it's not so much what Nirvana was, but what they could have been.
yeah.
Because
That's what.
yeah, they were huge, but
Look at the Foo Fighters now. You know,
yeah,
if Grohl had stuck around with that, like,
you would
who
have never
knows
had
where
the
it
Foo.
went?
I
Yeah.
mean, the Foo Fighter. I think Dave Grohl would have left anyway.
yeah,
I think it would have been one of the. Well, no, maybe it would have been one of those things where like the Foo Fighters were like a side project.
yeah.
Have you ever seen? Actually, it was recently. Dave Grohl did an interview, and he said he doesn't listen to Nirvana songs because he gets sad.
No.
Yeah, he said he won't listen to. He hasn't listened to anything about for like any Nirvana song since Kurt Cobain killed himself, because it's just upsetting to him.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like a band's like a relationship. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you get really close with those dudes, man.
Right, and you're like, and I mean, they all got along. They didn't fight with each other or
Yeah.
anything. It was never like, they didn't have any bad blood between them. It was just, unfortunately, that happened. So Dave Grohl says to this day he has not listened to Nirvana. He tries to avoid it as much as he can.
That's crazy.
It is crazy too. I mean, that's why I was surprised. Like they played at the Hall of Fame
Yeah.
when they got inducted. Dave Grohl will be a 2-time Hall of Famer. You can't non-induct him for Foo Fighters.
Yeah. he's the first.
No. There's a lot. Like Paul McCartney's in there twice.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's a lot of guests. Do you know who the only one to be in there 3 times is? Take a guess. Only person to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 3 different times.
I don't know.
Clapton.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
For his solo career, for being in Cream, and then what was the other band Clapton was? I know he's in there 3 times, but I can't. Oh God, what was the other band he was in? Cream, his solo career, and then there's one more time. Oh, the Yardbirds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. But all right, going back to
The album thing.
Yeah,
So I did it in utero. So far we have the Marshall Matters EP.
It says LP.
Whatever. It's a something play. Marshall Matters.
Lollipop.
We have Sing the Sorrow. We have In Utero, the Black Album. Life After Death. What do you got? We're halfway there.
For sure, I'm gonna have to say, Dark Side of the Moon.
That explains all the Dark Side of the Moon stuff around.
Yeah, I can't not listen to that album, dude. I was listening at a time last night, out by the fire, and just in awe. Like I've listened to Floyd so much in my life, like just a redundant amount of times to be 100% honest. But so like I'll be driving to work or something, and I just skip them if they come on because like okay, this song's super long, and yeah, I've heard it. I just skip it. Well, then like last night it just came on, and I was just like, damn, dude, like they hit that solo, and it like sounds like you're fucking flying, man. Like you know what I mean? It just has that feel, like it puts something in you
Are you
that's
one
just
of those?
like,
Are you one of those Pink Floyd people that's like Sid Barrett is Bay?
I mean, like yes and no. If
Mm-hmm.
you listen to his stuff, like when he was in the band, by the way, he was only on one album,
Yeah,
but dude, it was so different,
it was.
so different. And then go listen to his solo shit because he did that after he left Floyd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so like I'm big into Dark Side of the Moon. I've listened to that album. My old laptop, it ended up breaking, but like it was the highest played album on my iTunes. Like I listened to that thing fucking. I think I had over 300 something count like on the computer. But I used to listen to it every night before I go to bed, like literally. Amazing like songwriting,
Yes. Yes.
the way the whole album flowed. It was like 9 songs long, and Roger Waters said that Money is the only one that doesn't fit. Like it's the one that pisses him off because
It
it
doesn't. It
it,
doesn't
it
go with the
doesn't
rest of
go.
them.
Yeah, but he said that one was for the record company, and then like the fact like that song like Money, like what it's about. You know what I mean? It's like his big middle finger, like hey fuck you.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, influential as hell. That got me into the concept of like abstract thinking. I like more.
Interfresh. Whatever you use. Flowers.
Oh, infinifractal.
Yes,
Yeah,
that word.
yeah. That came about when I was living down in Pittsburgh. Me and a little buddy are sitting there, partaking in some jazz cabbage, and we were just like combining words and making some stuff up. And I
I've
was like,
never heard it called jazz cabbage.
"What?
I've never heard jazz
This
cabbage.
was this was on episode 0 when we were recording it. I think I said
Did you
jazz
say
cabbage.
that?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
got
know.
I got a recording of it, so you've definitely heard it. But yeah, we were making words up, and I'd said like infinity, and I love fractals, like they're cool as fuck. And I was like, wait, infinifractal, yo. And then it was like teleflowers, infinifractal teleflowers, like 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 kinetic,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and then flowers were like patterns. So the name corresponds with an infinite amount of like flowery patterns that I could pass to you through my head. You know?
I just always I'll be honest. Whenever I saw your name was that on Bookface for a while,
Yeah.
and
They
I
made
just
me change it
why?
because it wasn't my real name. They said I had to send in my ID.
Do you think that my name is Kenjamin?
No.
Do they think my name is Kenjamin?
No. I mean, they might.
I don't know.
Jess's cousin's name is Liz, and her last name's Ard on Facebook. It's like, hey, lizard, how you doing? Like one day I caught it. I was like, wait a second, that's not like her husband's Matt. I was like, that's not her last name. What? Oh my god! And then
Liz Ard.
I was like, I really like you, Liz. You're cool. But yeah, okay. So going back to Floyd, it just I don't know, something got me close. I felt like with like my dad, and then like my stepdad too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Me and my dad didn't always have like the closest relationship. He's out of the picture, and once I found out like he liked that kind of stuff, like I listened to it, and, take a gander. I'm like, okay, okay. But the first time I heard that album, dude, I was like, holy shit! Like just the whole thing, man. Like Eclipse is just like such an ending. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like Eclipse, like on the album itself, it's almost like that build up for fucking White Rabbit. You know what I mean? Where she's just screaming, "Feed your head!" Like that's Eclipse. Like just perfect. I loved it. And that got me into a lot more Floyd. Like I ended up getting like their discography, like amazing shit, man. Like I mean, I'd say my second favorite from them is definitely Animals. Like, but
Yeah,
that's a toss up. But I'd say Dark Side takes the cake for sure.
it's my brother's favorite band too.
Yeah, they're sweet, dude. Sweet. A lot of good, powerful messages that come out of them guys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They just I don't know. I feel like they influenced a whole lot of people too. Like other than just me. I mean, obviously, like Pink Floyd, LSD, dude, go eat mushrooms and watch the wall. Like, that shit's nuts. But other than that, I mean, like, dude, they put, feeling into people.
That movie sucked, by the way.
I haven't seen it
Don't
actually.
don't waste your
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I mean, they put feeling back in the world, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty fucking famous.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows them, man. There was Roger Waters had played on Jimmy Fallon. He played live. He played in the flesh on Jimmy Fallon, and he asked him if he could. He's like, "Can you still do the you can't eat your meat, or you can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?" And he like said it, and Jimmy asked him if he'd do it one more time, and he recorded it like for him, and then he set it up. I think as his ringtone or his voicemail thing. I was like, "That's awesome. That's sweet." I mean, they had their falling outs, but
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I'd get back and do it all. I mean, Wright just died, so can't really have that great of a piano artist there. But
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. So that's mine there. What about what are we going for here? 5?
This is gonna be my last one.
Okay. Go ahead.
For me, Third Eye Blind's first album. That was something that like I was going through a lot of stuff like in college, like toward the end of like my like I was in love with a girl who like didn't want to be with me, and it was just really rough.
Unrequited.
Yes,
Yeah.
basically, it was a really rough patch. So, there are a lot of songs on there that like I tried to relate to, and I mean they did relate to me. Like I might have had to stretch a little bit, but it was just something that I always hate. I was always like, oh, Third Eye Blind sucks, you know.
Yeah.
And then like I actually like I was just like really sad one day, and I heard it on the radio. I'm like, wow, I feel that, you know. So yeah, just one of those things. Um, but even too like I didn't realize that he was 30 years old when that album came out. Because I was always like, oh man, they broke this like this guy's just like me. He's 24 years old, his heart's broken. I'm like, oh, he's actually 30.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's a little old. Yeah. Never too old to make music. Though.
No,
But usually
no.
you see somebody drop an album like their first one, in their early 20s kind of
Yeah.
deal.
Um,
I haven't listened to the whole one. Is that the Red album?
that's
first one?
that's the one with the red and yellow
The
covers.
Red Lady. Yeah, I remember Benny Yatzko was leaving my house. He happened to have that. He found it in his truck. Like he forgot he had it.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh shit!" Like, and his phone had or Bluetooth thing had fucked up in his truck. So he just threw that in and was like listening to it. What the hell is this song? Send me all your vampires.
Oh, I don't remember. I think that one's off Blue.
No, I think it's off the Red album.
How's it go?
Um,
I haven't listened to that one in like a long time. I haven't listened to, like again. I listen to it literally every day for
it
like a
says,
long
"How
time.
deep do something go? Deeper than bones." Oh fuck, I can't remember. But I mean, the lyrics on that one are
That one, I mean, like I said, that one was like deep for me because I don't know. I was really sad coming out of college, because like everything in my life changes, and I'm trying to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with me, and then like everything, like they were singing about like losing a whole year. You're talking about like he lost a whole year because he was with this girl, and then like the relationship like fell apart. Yeah, um,
yeah, that's sweet.
yeah, because
It's nice to be able to cope with music.
well, yeah, because then he said your dad, like in the song, he said your daddy left you with no love, and like the girl that I wanted, like the girl that I was after at the time, she had like real daddy issues.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is like about me, you know.
Does he know me?
Yeah, I was like this song is like perfect for like what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's sweet, man. Like that's one of the reasons I love music. Like it's there for you.
Mhm.
Music's always there.
It doesn't let you down.
No,
It
never,
only
dude.
lets you down whenever you find something.
Yeah, you ever notice
It
like when
only
you're
lets you
sad?
down when you wait 10 years for a fucking Tool album.
Yeah. And then I'm not gonna say it's gonna suck, but
It's well, I'm not gonna say it's probably gonna be a good album. It's just I've waited so long for it. It's like built up to be like it has to be the best. Like I literally have to like hear it and my like I have to get stigmata from it basically for it
Yeah.
to like be. But
You ever watch
I mean,
Metalocalypse?
yes,
Like they
Mermaid or
they
Duncan
recorded that
Hill's coffee
album.
jingle.
They recorded the album underwater just for the fish, and
Yeah.
like the people rioted and they wanted to hear it. So when they played it live for the first time, just everybody starts dying because it's so fucking brutal. Like that's how like the Tool album's gonna be when they release it. It's just like half the world's gonna implode. It's, holy shit, Maynard wasn't lying.
uh,
um,
but I mean, even then though, the only reason that I really got into the album though is I remember we were getting burgers at the me and a few friends were going to Spuds.
okay.
And like this girl was supposed to come, but then she like was like, "Oh, I can't make it, whatever." So it was whatever. And "Never Let You Go" came on to the radio, and like we're all trying to figure out like what is this song? Like what is this? Like who? We're like we know the song. Like who is it by? And I didn't have a smartphone at the time. And
Yeah.
actually, I don't even think a few people did, but I think it was like the second generation iPhone stuff, so they didn't have like the just press a button and you can figure out what song it is. So I ended up just remembering a few lyrics, going home and googling them, and then like I would like she.
So you really liked it when you heard it?
Yeah,
Okay.
So then like she would like we were texting each other and like I just kept on like she'd say something and I would just send her another lyric from like a Third Eye Blind song.
Dude, that's deep.
Yeah. Well, like she would say something and I was like, well, there's plenty of reasons for letting you go. She's like,
Yeah.
what? And I was like, I'll never let you go. Stuff like that. But we ended up, yeah, she ended up being a bitch. But
Yeah, he's such
but
his life.
but it was like whenever I was really sad, but like so I was getting Third Eye Blind, and then like whenever she was like, yeah, we're not going to be together. Like I'm not going to be with you. You're going to move away and do stuff, and I'm going to still be down here. So like. So that's whenever I started listening to more of their stuff, and it just kind of it spoke to me, and it was really relatable. So
Yeah.
it just got me through like a really rough patch of heartbreak, really.
Yeah. So you're thankful for that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's sweet, dude.
yeah. So I mean, even to this day, like
Healing through
I
music.
I love it. I still love that album, but like every time I listen to it, like I still think about like her and like graduating college and stuff like that. Like it's
Yeah. Reminiscent.
yeah.
That's how it goes though. I would advise against it, but everybody always does. When you're sad, you just listen to sad music and then become more sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, it like makes you feel good.
Well, I don't. It's not even like all the time. Well, yeah, I guess, because the last tour to really break my heart. Like I got big into Coldplay after that.
Coldplay is good.
Well,
I don't care what
what
anybody
happened
says.
was I was like, I was house sitting for somebody, and she was like right next door, and like she was leaving, and then she's like, well, do you wanna like hang out? And I was like, well, I can't. I have to go to like a child's birthday party, and that was like the last time I ever spoke to her. But like, I got really drunk and like all I did was watch MTV Classic, which all they play is music videos 24/7.
Yeah.
And then like The Scientist by Coldplay like came on, and I was like, I'm so sad. Like, yeah, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, they're good though.
Yeah, they are.
Really like Yellow and Fix You.
Oh my God, Parachutes is such a great album.
Yeah, dude.
Wasn't an influential album to me, but Parachutes
Yeah,
is a great album.
It's a good one. Yeah, I don't know if I mean, as of recently, what would you say like something that you heard like in the past 2 years? Would you say is like an influential album, something new to you?
God, something in the last 2 years. See, I went through like a phase. Again, this was
Yeah, I listen to like
Two-
music and shit.
I went through like a phase in 2013 where I was literally listening to like I would just go on YouTube and I would find a new album to listen to while I played Gears of War. I think that was my thing. So 2 years. So you're talking 2017. Oh boy, that's tough.
You got this.
Oh my God. um, Probably Ozone by Meshuggah
Oh, okay.
because I never realized music could be that brutal.
Dancers of a Discordian System.
Yeah.
What's the other one on there?
Uh,
The Beautiful Machine of something. I fucking forget the name.
Isn't Bleed on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bleed. Like that song. That song rips your face.
Yeah, dude. They're nuts.
but it was that for me that like that was like I guess that's like my progression through heavy metal was like I heard that and it just blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, this is awesome. Like
That's
this
what
is
everybody said the first time they heard Meshuggah. What the fuck?
yeah. They're like yeah, like because I always like heard people talk about Meshuggah and stuff, but I never listened to them.
Yeah.
And then people are like, yo, you gotta listen to like Odes, and I'm like, all right. And I listened to it, and like my face fucking melted.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
my head exploded, my ears were bleeding,
Yeah.
like my eyes were bleeding. And I'm like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they're influential to everybody. You know what I mean? Listen to that style of music and then listen to something else. And you're like, oh, that's very Meshuggah-y. Like, you
Yeah.
can't even write anything
Yeah.
like close to that, and people just call you out. Oh, that sounds like Meshuggah. Like, Devin Townsend in DTP, Devin Townsend Project. I forget what song it is. Maybe it's War.
Hmm.
But he actually has a line that says, and we all like to rip off Meshuggah, and then goes into this chunky fucking, like, dude, it's awesome. But, like, everybody does. Like, dude, nobody would have been doing these hardcore breakdowns and
No,
shit if they
no.
go back and listen to their stuff, dude. You're like, what the fuck? But, yeah, that's sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What about you?
The past 2 years, oh, geez. I cannot remember
got
the
this.
album name,
got this.
but it is
You got this.
12 Foot Ninja's
Yeah, we
most
are.
recent album.
Yeah,
That shit, dude. It's so different, man. I've never heard. I mean, I've heard music like similar to that, you know, where they do this or that, you know, because they have like they'll do these like random like they'll be like playing a heavy metal part and then they just go into this funk like disco kind of breakdown. You know what I mean? Where like
Mhm.
there's like a piano playing and all kinds of shit. The music stops and then they come right back into it. You know. I've heard other bands do that kind of shit, but I've never actually like heard somebody execute it so fucking perfectly.
Right.
Like that shit like just, you know, blows my mind. There's a song on that album, we discussed it, but Oxygen. Oh my god, dude. Like that shit hit me in the face like and I was just like I couldn't you know, I was like what the fuck is this, dude? And, you know, I think the first song I ever heard by them was One Hand Killing, and that was on their album Shuriken, but the one that came after that was just like nuts, dude.
yeah,
Oxygen is just such a well put together song. Like it just builds and builds and builds, and like, dude, they're heavy as fuck, but he just sings the whole time.
yeah.
He'll like scream occasionally, you know, like in that song he screams like once, and but the rest of it he's just low, you know, just that's cool, man. Like
Yeah.
you know, usually like okay, like you can take a song and search it on Pandora and then say, you know,
Mhm.
play more like this, and you will hear a lot of songs, or find another band that like plays that genre of music, you know, that'll pop up.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't happen with 12 Foot, dude. Like the weirdest shit comes up. I'm like, this isn't even close, dude.
Right.
I found a band called Ra because of them.
Like R.A.
Yeah, like the Egyptian god.
Yeah, they've been around forever.
Yeah, I never heard of them.
Really? They
Yeah,
had
they-
like a big song in like the early 2000s.
That's probably the one that always comes on my Pandora.
Probably.
Ah, fuck. But
Because
you know,
that used to be one of my songs on MySpace.
yeah.
I think the last song I ever had on MySpace was Through the Fire and the Void by what the fuck are they called now?
Dragon Force?
No.
Fucking with you.
Of Fire and Void, but I forget who it was. It'll come to me.
Nobody on MySpace has music anymore.
No, because MySpace, I don't even know. I mean, you can probably still log in your MySpace, but
No, you didn't hear about that?
no.
What? Something happened with their computers, and any music that was uploaded,
So my
everything's
band, the
deleted.
Busting Heads. My
Yeah,
band, the Busting Heads,
all
is
gone.
gone forever.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's sad.
The Busting Heads will never bust heads again.
No, dude, they shall. Bust them right here. Get on that set, play some Hitler Pizza.
Our own song.
Oh, dude, it was good. I just like how you guys had like the fucking Nazi gathering chants in the background. Heil! Heil!
It was a Hitler speech.
Yeah, yeah.
We
yeah.
literally took a Hitler speech as we ate fucking freezer pizza. And we're just like, let's jam.
Yeah, that's sweet.
14-year-old me. 15-year-old
That's sweet.
me.
You know, that's where your creativeness flows from, you know? Like right then. That's
Yeah.
how you define who you're going to be later on.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't like the band, but Attila, they got on a song called I think it's on Shots for the Boys. They like stop the song and he's like, "Yo, listen up. You can be anything you want in this life, but just don't be a fucking bitch." And then they like go right back into playing heavy. He's like says, "Put your middle fingers up," and like, but he's like growling,
Yeah.
"Put your middle fingers up," and like you get into it. But that's sweet. Like I would have never thought I'd be writing the shit that I'm writing nowadays back then. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because I didn't. I sucked at writing my own shit.
Right.
I wasn't good at playing guitar, but now, dude, like I've defined my sound, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
look at Bubby, man. Like
Yeah.
Spectral Type and
Wonder are
Wander,
two different things.
but
He'll be on here
his
next week.
guitar still has that same vibe, dude. That same
Yeah.
sound. You know what I mean? Like he's definitely defined what he likes to play, and it's ambience, in my opinion.
Right.
But yeah, I miss their heavy shit.
Me too. I'm a spectral type.
Yeah. Just call up Dan, do a reunion. That'd be sweet.
It would be.
I'd go to that, dude.
I would too.
It'd be fucking badass.
Right.
Who played drums for them? Rotomore or?
I don't remember.
We should get this to happen, dude.
Dan's in Colorado.
I know. Fuck it. We'll put him on Skype. Just plug his shit in an aux cord on a PA system. That'd
Yeah.
be his guitar. That'd be sweet, though.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Thank you for tuning in.
yeah, guys. That's our most influential albums list there. Just 5 from each of us. So if you guys have listened to any of those, congrats. If you haven't, I would definitely go and check them out because, I mean, dude, they did a lot for a lot of people. But
Yeah.
I mean, you might find something new that you never heard before. So just scroll back, find out the album names if you need them or not. But don't forget to like and subscribe.
Find us on iTunes.
Find us on iTunes. We'll be on SoundCloud as well. And check the links at the bottom for all those. Got our Facebook page. Gonna have a Instagram. Might even do the Twitter.
Oh.
Let's see how it
Tweet
goes. But yeah,
machine.
guys, just check the links at the bottom. And thanks for tuning in.
Okay.
We'll see you next week.
Peace out.